I'm meteorologist Carley with the latest on two storm systems making an impact into Northern California for the weekend and through next week. We're first focused on storm number one. This one, a very warm storm system hitting the Pacific Northwest and Northern California as of Friday morning. By Friday night, we've seen some significant rain rolling across the region, now adding to some of those rain totals for the month and really adding to our rain totals for the water year as well. Right behind it, this is where we see storm number two. This one also tapping into an atmospheric river, but this one is expected to be a much colder system, meaning we're actually expecting to see a lot more snowfall with the second storm than the first storm system. Now, as we talk about how much we've seen so far as of Friday morning to almost about 9:30 p.m. on Friday, we've seen anywhere from about a tenth to about a quarter inch of rain in the valley and already 4/10 of an inch for areas like Fairfield and Placerville, third of an inch in Auburn. So we're already starting to see some pretty significant rain totals as of Friday, and we still have a few more hours to go into really Friday night into Saturday morning. But the last time we saw some significant rain, that was on January 3rd across the region. So it really truly has been a dry January, and not just related to alcohol. It's been very dry across the region in consideration to drought concerns, especially for Southern California. Rain totals, we're looking at anywhere from about a tenth to a third of an inch of rain since January 3rd. We saw a few trace amounts of rain just about the 26th of the month, but it really wasn't significant enough to add to that rain total amount. Now we're seeing some of our totals much higher than this already as of Friday. Now, as we take a look at our snow survey, which is also conducted on Friday, January 31st, snow depth recorded at Phillips Station, 22.5 inches. So this is really summing up mostly the month of January for us. A snow water equivalent of 8 inches. And really for the average precipitation for this date, it's only at 46%. So not good. We're just under half of where we should be usually this time of year. The state average, though, for 130 sensors is now at 65%. Now, relate this to just a month ago. All of about the end of December, early January was when we had the very first snow survey. That brought us to 108% of average. We were looking really good kicking off the new year. And then as January continued to move on, we were dwindling in how much potential we had for rain. That really dropped us off now to 65%. So not good, but we do have time to make this up, and it looks like it is happening now. With that first storm system coming in with a massive atmospheric river, that atmospheric river is actually Category 4, extreme, for how much moisture is associated with that one. And that'll be coming in for us as we're already talking into Saturday. And then the second one coming in for us as we move from Monday night to Tuesday. So we do have weather impact alert days for you from Friday all the way through Wednesday of next week. We are looking at those two storm systems. As mentioned, the first one's very warm. The second one much colder, meaning more mountain snow is associated with that one. And then you have Friday to Sunday and Monday through Wednesday for those next storms. So we're going to break the timeline down for you. The most impactful days you should be aware of is going to be Saturday. We're actually going to see so much rain. It could be bringing in as much as 2 to 4 inches of rain into the valley. Very warm conditions, heavy rain, but we're also seeing that potential for flooding. Now, as we get past Sunday morning, right around lunchtime into the afternoon, evening, we'll see much lighter showers and even a brief pause between the storm systems. So overnight Sunday into Monday morning, we'll actually have a little bit of a break. You may even see some sunshine, if not just cloudy conditions. And then you're going to see some moderate evening rain beginning to pick up for the valley, as well as some mountain snow. By Tuesday, it starts hitting pretty hard. Starting in the wee early morning hours into the afternoon and evening Tuesday, that cold storm arrives and comes with force. Heavy rain and even low elevation snow around 4,000 feet is expected. Take a look at the first one. This atmospheric river starting to hit us really started Friday and then into Saturday. This is where the massive plume begins to move in. And then you see right behind it, another one is going to begin approaching. So we get through the Saturday event there as it moves on. Then we move toward Tuesday. That heavy plume also delivers a lot of rain, but now this one's actually going to shift towards Southern California, bringing them some nice amounts of rain as well through at least Thursday. Now for ourselves, we're actually going to see a little bit of a break. As soon as we get through those morning hours on Wednesday, we have a break for most of your Wednesday afternoon, evening, even some sunshine before the next atmospheric river may begin approaching for Thursday into Friday. This one is another storm, so let's just call this storm number 3, even though we're not really talking about it yet. We could expect to see even some more rain coming our way next week after the two storms pass Thursday and Friday storm system. So again, looks like we may have just opened the gates here to more wet weather moving through February. So if January was dry, we could just expect February to be much more wet. All right, let's take a look here at our timing of everything as we move through Friday night. You're seeing most of the heavy rain pushing into the foothill spots and areas around Yosemite and some of the Sierra. Meanwhile, take notice of Truckee, South Lake Tahoe. Very high elevation snow at this point, starting to get warmer. Meanwhile, the valley has seen a lot of that rain from all day beginning to slow down, just some light showers here and there. Then it picks up once again into your Saturday and Saturday morning commute. If anyone has anywhere to go Saturday morning, you're going to be looking at some heavy rain. And then by the afternoon, just take a look at this, how heavy it gets for our friends from Auburn and Placerville up to Grass Valley, Feather Falls, Yuba City, Williams, all the way through areas from Clear Lake south to Vacaville and Fairfield and Santa Rosa. I mean, this massive area of moisture, we're looking at potentially even as much as 5 to 7 inches of rainfall with this storm system into early next week. So a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Of course, this leads us to now concerns for potential flooding out there. As we move on past our Saturday evening now, we start to see things at least easing up into Sunday. We're finally going to see Sunday much lighter by the time we get to the afternoon hours, maybe a stray shower here and there. And even still, that snow line is pretty much gone. It's a very warm system. We're not expecting a lot of snow with this one. But as we start moving on into Monday morning, we're still looking cloudy. Your morning commute should be good on Monday. But then we see the line of showers beginning to arrive by the evening commute. That's expected to bring in a lot more rain Monday evening and then through your Tuesday and Wednesday morning. We do have a lot of watches, warnings, advisories to let you know about. High wind watch for the Sierra Crest over that ridge there into Nevada until 10 p.m. on Sunday. That green shade pretty much covering most of everyone. That is a flood watch in effect until 10 p.m. on Sunday for that potential for rising creeks and streams, but also localized ponding and flooding on roadways. So please be careful. Make sure you're not driving through anything that's super high or, potentially could get you in danger. So there's always that phrase, turn around, don't drown, if something looks very deep. And you actually sometimes never know how deep something is. So if it looks like it may be a long puddle area there, you may not want to chance that. All right, winter weather advisory also going to be in effect for the Sierra until 4 a.m. Sunday. We do expect that to be reissued for that second storm system set to arrive Monday night through Wednesday. And here it is. Taking a look at 9:30 p.m., a lot of snow and much lower snow elevations expected here. Take a look at 50, where you can see it as low as even 4,000 feet into Tuesday morning. Heavy rain expected across our region as well. And then finally, getting into Tuesday night, we finally see kind of the back end of the storm here starting to come to an end by late Tuesday. This one actually looks to be a little bit faster moving than the one we'll see over the weekend. It's bringing a lot more snow, though, for the Sierra spots and even some potential for snow just around those mountains near San Jose. So looking like we may see even some low snow there. Around Thursday, this is where we take a break Wednesday, and then finally Thursday, we may see a little bit more rain on the way and snow for the Sierra Thursday to Friday, and then it's gone, and you're actually next following weekend. That's actually Super Bowl weekend. Looks to actually be partly sunny, so we may be seeing some good conditions then. All right, so now let's take a look here at our rainfall totals because everyone's wondering how much we're going to see, but if you're in the San Joaquin Valley, you may only be getting about a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain, so that's good, not too heavy. If you're from Sacramento north or even toward the foothills, you could be seeing anywhere from 1.5 to 3 inches of rainfall towards Sunday night. And check out Nevada City, 7 inches of rain possible. That's a little bit on the high side, but if we do capture a lot of that rain sitting overhead for a very long period of time, we could be looking at potential for huge flooding in these areas. So please, again, be safe out there. We could see as much as almost 5 inches near areas around Placerville. Now, that was a European model, but check out the GFS. This is really blowing everything out of proportion, I think, in Nevada City. I mean, 11.5 inches of rain, that is beyond. At this point, we're going to lean closer to the European model and see that may be a better look or indication of how much rain we're getting, closer to 5 to 7 inches there. So do not necessarily consider this true. That's a little bit high end there, but everything in the valley spots seem to be in agreement with at least that European model. All right, looking at our model snowfall totals, according to the global model, it looks like we're only expecting to get anywhere from 3 to 7 inches of snow in total from Friday to Saturday morning. And then moving on, as we get into Sunday night, we could get up to about 1 foot of snow. Then finally moving on the GFS here into Monday night, we could be adding another maybe anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of snowfall possible around dawn. A European model is showing much higher totals on this scale here. They've kind of swapped when it comes to the rain and snow. They're showing 28 inches at dawn or by Monday night. It's a little bit high. We're going to be getting a lot of rain as well, so you have to take that into consideration, maybe counting some of that rain along with that snow, but otherwise just pretty much expect upwards of a foot of snow possible by Monday night. All right, taking a look here at our 3-day forecast, we're going to see about mid-50s to low 60s over the next few days, but check out the overnight lows. This is where we're actually so warm overnight, 52 degrees. We've been seeing that as daytime highs for the last few weeks. And our overnight lows have really been in the 30s, mid to low 30s and below near freezing point for the last couple of weeks as well. Now our overnight lows are going to be much warmer. Then finally moving on toward that following weekend, we're going to finally see things adjusting a little better. We get a little more sunshine, upper 50s, but overnight lows then maybe in the mid 30s.